All right, here we go. So, if you had to summarize fatherhood with one word, what would that word be and why?
Trust, because my family, we have to have trust in order to be a family. Trust means everything. It's just the word that I have with my wife. My kids can trust me. I can trust my kids. I believe that with no trust, there's no family. So I teach that a lot in my home, that we're able to have trust and build trust. And if there's any issues or concerns, that my kids can still trust me as their first priority to come and tell me if they're having any issues or any problems they might be having. Yeah, so I would say trust.
Second question: what is the greatest aspect of fatherhood for you? The thing that you enjoy most about being a father?
My kids don't know, but the greatest aspect is funny because it's actually failing to be a better dad, because I have had a lot of failures, and it's only make me a better father for my kids because I learn from them. I learn from all my mistakes, and I tell them, and I'm the first guy to say, hey, you know what? I messed up. I apologize. And no one teaches me no one ever taught me how to be a dad, nor my parents, or there's no book for it. But what I have learned in me being a dad is being able to learn from my mistakes to be a better person for my kids.
So you feel so apologizing to your kids in that you feel like that's very important. That's important.
Oh yes, it's very important because we're not perfect. We're never going to be the perfect dad or the perfect mom, or my kids are never going to be the perfect kids. But me as the head of household, I have to learn my mistakes, because if I don't learn them and I don't teach my kids how to resolve their mistakes or learn from their mistakes, they're not going to be a good parent. My goal is for me to make it better, to write a book for myself so they can say, oh, you know what, my dad did this. He was apologetic, and I'm learning from that. So he's teaching me that his failures is for me to be my guide for my kids, for them to say, hey, my dad went through these circumstances or whatever it might be. He told us, and it's a learning curve. I think it's a learning curve for all.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And with that, knowing that you have to be apologetic as a father, what is the most difficult part about being a father for your perspective?
Again, and it goes back to the same thing, because the hardest thing is to fail, right?
Yeah.
It's the hardest things to fail, and I think we go back to the same thing. I think it's the hardest thing, but if we're trying to be better. I would say the same thing. I would say failure is the hardest thing about failing for your kids, because you have to be there for the kids, right? You have to be there in every aspect, especially myself. I have 3 boys, so it's not as easy. I mean, it's easier than I believe than the girl, but the boys are just choosing their own path. You know, they kind of once they get older, they go on this nature. They go out and they create their own household. So by me teaching them that it's okay to fail, but you're gonna learn from your mistakes. I think that's the biggest thing.
When it's all said and done, how do you hope to be remembered as a father?
I would like my kids, to recognize me as, or remember me as, a person that never gave up. I never gave up in any relationship or in any battle or in anything in life, that I always fought for the best of all of us, and that I always love them. Because even to this point, still at this age, I still tell my kids that I love them. The 22-year-old, the 16-year-old, and especially the 10-year-old. And I think when you say that, it means a whole lot. So I want them to remember me as a loving person to them, and knowing that I give them as much love as I possibly can.
And is that something that is hearing the words "I love you"? Like, was that something that you heard all the time that made a huge impact on you?
No. I think growing up, I have never heard my mom tell me or my dad tell me, "I love you, son." So now, when I have an opportunity, or she'll call me, I will make sure I tell her, "Te amo," "I love you." And sometimes I get the return, and sometimes it's just "Yo también." But I know that she has changed for me as she got older. But it was hard. It was hard as a young person, even to this age, not having that feel, that care that moms are supposed to do.
But that's why you are adamant about making sure that you say it to your kids.
Yes. Yeah. I did. I did a lot of coaching for my kids. For baseball and whatnot. So I was always first in line for my kids. Everything, any athletic stuff. I was always their coach and whatnot. And I showed always my presence there because I want to be better for my dad's mistakes. I wanted to be there, and I wanted to strive for better, for much better things. And I'm currently doing that, and I'm proud. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my wife. I'm proud of my boys. They're cool kids. They're smart kids. They're awesome kids, and I love my family. I love my family very much.